So this is EdPuzzle. This may not be new to many of you, but it was brand new to me just 2.5 months ago. I'm still learning a lot of the ins and outs of it, but it has absolutely changed the way that I use YouTube videos in my classes. I used to use a YouTube video and do a lot of pausing and stopping and asking questions, checking for understanding in sort of a lecture format. And I love my students and they love me, but they do not like learning in lecture. So this resource has really changed the way that we utilize YouTube in our classroom. I'm already signed into my account here. And as you can see, I've got my classes listed over here. I do teach another class that I haven't used this resource in yet because it hasn't really lent itself to anything that I found on YouTube yet. But here's my PE classes, my communication classes. I tend to use this more for communication than for PE, but obviously the problems with YouTube are pretty well known. There's so many ads anymore. They even interrupt the middle of videos, the middle of talking points, key sentences. They're distracting. You can't control what you're going to get. EdPuzzle largely takes care of that. You open a video on EdPuzzle, you're not getting commercial interruptions any longer. So I'm going to open up my 7th hour communication class. We had this video that we did on setting healthy boundaries. It actually went over really well. You'll see that no one quote unquote turned this assignment in, but that's because when we did it, I went ahead and hosted it as a live program. So they weren't given the opportunity to do this um, individually, but you can assign things that way as well. The reason that I like to do them as a group is because a lot of my students would love to rush through their assignments, and there are things you can do to keep them from skipping and speeding up videos, but ultimately I can't let them answer the questions correctly unless I'm the one controlling the pace of the video. And that's the reason that I do them all live when I do assign them. One thing we've been going over in this class is Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is a very heady concept for my students. So I'm trying to break it down and help them to understand how certain things just have an order and every behavior is a result of somebody trying to meet a need. So over here on YouTube, I have pulled up a video that I might use in the future to explore this. Now, I've already added the EdPuzzle widget down here, which if you go up, I'm on Firefox right now, but any browser gives you an opportunity to add extensions. And you just search for EdPuzzle and it comes right up. And once you add it, this button appears on any YouTube video that you want to watch. So you can add it to your EdPuzzle account. So I've already clicked this. I've got to open another tab. So there's the video that I was looking at right there. Now I'm in control of what we do with this video. Say I don't like part of it, I can absolutely cut it out. There we are. I'm going to cut from here to about here. Now it tells me that my video is now only 5 minutes and 11 seconds long. So if there's something in your video you don't want to use, you can just get rid of it. This is where you have the opportunity to add your own questions. You can do it multiple choice. You can go open-ended. You can even have their AI generate questions for you. I haven't played with that feature a whole lot yet. Still a little weird on the whole AI thing, but I have seen it done in workshops before, and it actually is quite fascinating, and I can see how it could be an incredibly useful feature in the future as well. Once I do everything you want to do to your assignment, you click finish, and it's going to save it, and there's my name on it, and it saves it right there to my content. Now, the other thing you can do with this is you are connected to every other EdPuzzle user that is out there. So say I didn't want to come up with my own, here's that same video. It's already been edited by this person, and there are 12 questions they've added to it. Now I can change the questions. If I want to, I can go in and re-edit what they've done and make it myself, make it my own. It's entirely up to you. There are a ton of features you can use with the site. It's a very cool way to utilize YouTube without all the drawbacks of using YouTube, essentially. So if you haven't checked this out, you really ought to. It's a much better way to get engagement than just standing and talking at the front of a class, at least in my experience.